Have you ever walked past someone you used to love and they looked at you like they'd never known you? Like all those nights, all those laughs, all those promises were just deleted? I saw you last week. Same sidewalk, same city, just a few feet between us, and somehow it felt like miles. You looked at me. I looked at you. And we both pretended there was nothing there. But inside me, everything was screaming. We didn't start out as strangers. We started out as that kind of love people talk about. The easy kind. The kind where the conversation just flows, where staying up until 2 a.m. feels normal, where even silence feels safe. I remember the first night we really talked. It wasn't dramatic. No fireworks. No big movie moment. Just us sitting in your car, parked outside my place, talking about random things. Music. Childhood stuff. The way you hated mornings. The way I always overthink everything. I didn't even notice the time. I just remember thinking, I don't want this to end. You made me feel chosen. Not tolerated. Not convenient. Chosen. You'd text me good morning every day. Call me just to hear my voice. Send me pictures of stupid things that reminded you of me. And I'd smile at my phone like an idiot. We had our little things. Friday night takeout. Watching the same comfort show over and over. Arguing about which side of the bed was better. It wasn't perfect, but it felt real. You'd hold my hand in public like you were proud. Like I mattered. And maybe that's what made it hurt so much later. Because when it started changing, it didn't change all at once. It was slow. Quiet. You stopped calling as much. Said you were tired. Work was busy. Life was stressful. I believed you. I wanted to believe you. The good morning text turned into hey. The long conversations turned into short replies. And I told myself, it's just a phase. Love isn't always exciting, right? It settles. It calms down. That's what I told myself. But deep down, I felt it. The space growing. The way you'd sit next to me but feel somewhere else. I'd talk, and you'd nod. But your eyes weren't really there. I started trying harder. Cooking your favorite meals. Planning little surprises. Sending long messages about how much you meant to me. You'd say, thank you. That's it. Just thank you. And somehow that hurt more than if you'd been mean. Because it felt polite. Like we were already strangers being careful with each other. I remember one night clearly. We were lying in bed. The room was dark. You were on your phone. I was staring at the ceiling. And I wanted to say, are we okay? But I didn't. Because I was scared of the answer. So I just turned over and pretended to sleep. That's when I think I started losing you. Not in a fight. Not in some big explosion. Just in silence. The night it finally broke was so normal. No screaming. No slammed doors. You were sitting across from me at the kitchen table. Your hands were folded. You wouldn't look at me. And before you even spoke, I knew. I felt it in my chest. That heavy drop. You said, I don't think this is working anymore. Just like that. Like we were talking about a bad Wi-Fi connection. I asked you why. You said, I don't know. Something's missing. Something's missing. I wanted to ask, when did it go missing? Was it when I tried too hard? When I cared too much? When I stopped pretending everything was fine? But I didn't say any of that. I just sat there, nodding, like I understood, like I agreed. But inside, I was breaking. Because I realized something in that moment. I had been fighting for us alone. You had already left, not physically, but emotionally. And I was the only one still holding on. You didn't yell. You didn't blame me. You just looked tired. Like you were done trying. And that hurt more than anger ever could. When you walked out that night, you didn't slam the door. You closed it gently. Like you didn't want to disturb anything. And that was it. No big scene. Just quiet. I kept staring at that door long after you left, half expecting you to come back in and say you made a mistake. You didn't. The last message I sent you was simple. Can we talk? You read it and never answered. That was the moment it really hit me. We were over. Not because we hated each other, but because you stopped choosing me. After you left, everything felt unfamiliar. The apartment, the bed, even myself. I kept blaming myself. Maybe I was too emotional, too needy. Maybe I asked for too much. But when I really think about it, I wasn't asking for perfect. I wasn't asking for forever. I was just asking for effort, for honesty, for you to look at me the way you used to. I didn't even recognize who I became near the end. I was anxious all the time, checking my phone, overanalyzing your tone, replaying conversations in my head. I used to be confident, but with you, toward the end, I felt small, like I had to earn your attention. And I stayed. I stayed because I hoped. I hoped you'd wake up one day and remember why you loved me. I hoped the distance was temporary. I hoped the silence didn't mean what I thought it meant. But it did. The hardest part wasn't losing you. It was realizing I was lonely even when you were still there. And now we pass each other like strangers. I saw you at the grocery store once. You were in the next aisle. For a second, I almost said your name. But I didn't. You looked different. Or maybe I just saw you differently. You glanced at me. There was a flicker of something. Recognition. Maybe even sadness. But then it was gone. You nodded politely, like we were coworkers, and walked away. And I stood there holding a box of cereal, trying not to fall apart in public. Because how do you act normal around someone who used to know every part of you? You knew my fears, my insecurities. The way I can't sleep without background noise. You knew the stories I don't tell anyone. And now we don't even say hi. It's crazy. How two people can share a whole life for a while and then become strangers with memories. Sometimes I wonder if you ever think about us. If you ever miss the way we used to laugh. If you ever scroll back through old pictures, or if you've already erased me. I don't hate you. That's the thing. I wish I did. It would be easier. But I just miss you. Quietly. In small moments. When I hear a song we used to play. When I drive past that coffee place. When my phone lights up at night and for a split second I still hope it's you. It never is. And I don't reach out anymore. Not because I don't want to. But because I finally understood something. Love shouldn't feel like begging someone to stay. It shouldn't feel like convincing someone to see your worth. I gave you everything I had. And maybe that was the problem. I poured so much into us that when you left, I felt empty. But even now, if I saw you again on that same sidewalk, I'd probably still look at you for half a second too long. just to see if there's anything left in your eyes. Some sign that it wasn't all nothing. We became strangers, not because we never loved each other, but because somewhere along the way, we stopped fighting for it at the same time. And now, we carry the same memories separately. You go your way. I go mine. And all that's left of us are quiet flashbacks that show up when I least expect them. There's no big ending, no final closure, just distance. And the truth that sometimes love doesn't end with hate. It ends with silence. So if I ever pass you again, I'll probably just nod. Like I don't remember the way your heartbeat sounded when I used to lay on your chest. Like I don't remember how safe I once felt. Like we were always strangers. But we weren't. We were everything for a while. And now, we're just two people pretending we don't share a past that still hurts to carry.